Call this meeting the Westland City Council to order. Begin with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Councilman Jim Godbell.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Clerk, roll call.
Councilwoman Baumann.
Present.
Councilman Godbell.
Present.
Councilman Hersberg. Here. Councilman McDermott. Here. Pro Tem Markowski.
Present.
Councilwoman Sampe.
Present.
President Hart.
Here.
A quorum is present.
Thank you. At this time, we'll take questions or input on the agenda. Is there any questions or input on the agenda from the public?
Good evening. My name is Donna Young-Warren, and I'm here to speak on the Rosie the Riveter. Okay, Rosie the Riveter, I'm going to give you a little education on it, was first begun as a song. Rosie the Riveter, inspired by war worker Rosalind P. Waters. The first image of Rosie the Riveter was created by the American artist J. Howard Miller in 1942 and was titled "We Can Do It." Later, Norman Rockwell created the Rosie the Riveter cover of Saturday Evening Post, May the 29th, 1943, for a campaign aimed at recruiting female workers for the defense industry during World War II to help the United States fight the war while men fought overseas. The campaign brought millions of women out of home into the workforce. Since 1940s, Rosie the Riveter has stood as a symbol for women in the workforce and for women's independence. Rosie the Riveter exemplifies the American do spirit and is a part of Norwegian history and the United States history. After a number of years, it would be nice to have this student-created statue come to reality and honor all Rosie the Riveters. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other input on the agenda?
I'll just be brief to add to what Donna said. My name is Teresa Toam with the National Kidney Foundation of Michigan, and I've had the privilege for the last several months, maybe even more than a couple of years, to work with the Norwegian Community Assistance Council, the Friends of the Rouge, and Wayne County Parks to really think about how can we highlight some really great investment that's going on at Benoit Dorsey Park. Through this, Rosie the Riveter statue came through some surbveys and some community outreach to bring attention for physical activity and to the Norwegian Historic District. By making that bridge and that gateway between the district and the park. So I'm really excited for this opportunity, and thank you for your consideration.
Thank you. Are there any other input on the agenda? All right. Seeing none, I'll close input on the agenda. Move the consent calendar. Is there a motion?
So moved. Support.
Motion from Pro Tem, support from Councilwoman Sampe. Are there any changes to the consent calendar? Any changes? Is there any dissent? Any dissent? Seeing no dissent, motion carried unanimously.
Council has approved the following consent calendar items. Approval of minutes of the study session held December 11, 2023. Approval of professional services agreement with NAIAS Security Services, LLC for special election security personnel services in the amount of $30 per hour. Acceptance of fiscal year 2022 SAFER grant through FEMA and introduction of related manpower amendment. Adoption of budget amendments through October 31, 2023 for the fiscal year ending June 30, 2024. This item had been introduced December 4, 2023. Last item approved on the consent calendar, adoption of manpower budget amendment for fiscal year 2024. This item had been introduced December 4, 2023. Moving to payment of voucher.
Motion from Councilman Hersberg.
Support.
Support from Councilman Godbout. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any dissent? Any dissent? Seeing no dissent, motion carried unanimously.
New business. Item 1, approval of settlement of France versus Edney as recommended by the city attorney and MMRA Defense Counsel.
Motion from Councilman Sampe, supported from Councilman Hersberg. Is there any discussion? Is there any dissent?
I'd make a roll call.
I'll get a roll call. Roll call.
Councilwoman Baumann.
Yes.
Councilman Godbout.
Yes.
Councilman Hersberg.
Yes.
Councilman McDermott.
Yes.
Pro Tem Murkowski.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sampe.
Yes.
President Hart.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously. New business, item 2, adoption of prepared resolution to set a public hearing date to absolutely abandon, vacate, and terminate 50-foot wide right-of-way portion of Ensley Avenue abutting lots 1206 and 1207 in the Norwayne subdivision number 9. This is Planning Department number 2262 and a suggested public hearing date of February 20, 2024.
Motion from Councilman Hersberg, supported from Councilman McDermott. Is there any discussion? Mo, did you have something to present?
Yes, thank you, Council President. Just really quickly,
Yep.
detailing what the city clerk said. This is, the city's requesting to vacate this 50-foot wide public right-of-way, which is an extension of Ensley, but dead-end, grass planted. There's no utilities underground. We are requesting to vacate this area at a later date to come to you and combine with this yellow parcel to the south, and then subsequently split it at the same time to create 2 buildable parcels for community development to develop 2 single-family dwellings on the 2 resulting parcels. Tonight, what I'm asking you to do is set a public hearing date, which the ordinance requires at least 30 days out from today's meeting to inform the public that there is going to be a public hearing set to formally hear this street vacation, which will have the same conversation as I'm having with you today, and also ask the public if they have any comments or concerns. The date is February 20th, as the clerk stated, 2024. We'll be placing 3 signs at the property, which the ordinance also requires, and then at that date, we will also be bringing forward the land division application as well. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mo. Any discussion? Councilman Hersberg.
Thanks, Council President. Just a real quick question. That it appears to be a building in the yellow parcel. Is that demolished?
Right, not there.
There's.
That's been demolished. This is an outdated aerial image. That building
Thanks.
has been
That's what I thought.
demolished.
Thank you. Just
Thank
wanted
you.
to confirm.
All set, Councilman. Any other discussion? Pro Tem?
Thank you, Council President. Through the chair to our planning director. In addition to posting the appropriate signage per ordinance, are we also going to do resident outreach within any sort of?
Good question. Yes, it has happened for this meeting, which the ordinance does not require. It happened for the planning commission meeting, and it will also happen, which is required for the public hearing. Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you for the
No problem.
clarification.
All set.
Yes, thank you.
Any other discussion? All right, any dissent? Seeing no dissent, motion carried unanimously.
New business, item 3, adoption of prepared resolution to authorize the allocation of American Rescue Plan Act funds for the Rosie the Riveter Gateway Project at Fenoy Dorsey Park, amount not to exceed $250,000.
So moved.
Motion from Pro Tem, supported from Councilwoman Sampe. Councilwoman, do you push this forward? Do you have anything to offer?
Thank you, Council President. I'm just really looking forward to the culmination of this project. It'll be a standout monument that will, not only drive more people to want to visit the park system, but also recognize the importance of our Norwayne district and the arsenal of democracy. I'm a proud, I don't know exactly the terminology. I know my mom's a Rosebud, my grandmother was a Rosie, but there's a special name for the granddaughters too. So I'm looking forward to seeing it come to fruition and visiting it. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Sampe?
Yeah, just
Just a quick comment. This is actually on my ARPA list too, so I had it up top. And I guess I don't know where I would be at in the line, but my great-grandma on both sides were Rosies. So definitely supportive of this. I'm, hoping that we can approve this tonight. And I also agree with the sentiments of my colleagues. I think it's going to be a great monument, and I look forward to visiting it and seeing it move into fruition. So thank you.
Any other discussion? Councilman McDermott.
Thank you, Council President. I just wanted to thank our Director Joanne Campbell, the Norwayne Community Citizens Council, and everybody that put a lot of work into making this happen. I know there was a lot of legwork to bringing this project up and getting it to, Council President Pro Tem Murkowski and getting it on her plate, and her spearheading and shepherding this from there along with Director Campbell. So to everybody that stayed patient and saw this project through to the end, thank you for everything you did.
Councilman Bauman, do you have something you'd like to say? It is now.
Thank you. I think through the chair, I think to Director Campbell, what is the time frame of actually getting it started and actually completing the project?
Thank you through the council president. Our goal is to, we actually have a meeting date in January. We have to create a new committee. We have had the Friends of the Rouge and Partners in Places. We've been talking about this for 2 years. And actually, the Citizens Council has talked about it since its creation. And it was during the Norwayne 75th anniversary in 2017 that the high school student was selected, his design was selected. So it's been talked about for a lot of years. And now that it's actually going to be a reality, now we will dig in and start doing the work. And I believe what I sent to council said our goal is to complete by December of 25 or June of 25. So.
All right, is there any other discussion? Any other discussion? Any dissent? Any dissent? Seeing no dissent, motion carried unanimously.
New business, item 4, approval of minutes of the regular meeting held December 4, 2023.
So moved.
I have a motion from Councilman Godbout, supported from Councilman McDermott. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilwoman Bauman.
Abstain?
Councilman Godbout.
Yes.
Councilman Hersberg.
Yes.
Councilman McDermott.
Yes.
Pro Tem Murkowski.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sampe.
Yes.
President Hart.
Yes.
Motion passes. New business, item 5, approval of minutes of the closed study session held December 4, 2023.
So moved. Support.
I have a motion from Pro Tem Murkowski, supported from Councilman Sampe. Is there any discussion? I know. Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilwoman Bauman.
Abstain?
Councilman Godbout.
Yes.
Councilman Hersberg.
Yes.
Councilman McDermott.
Yes.
Pro Tem Murkowski.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sampe.
Yes.
President Hart.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. We're moving swiftly along if you haven't discovered that already. We'll now move into public comment. All typical rules apply. Is there anybody who would like to address the council? Yes.
Hi, I'm Miriam. I just wanted to say on behalf of all of the committees, everybody involved in this, the Rosie Riveter Monument, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Is there any other comment? All right, we'll close public comment and move the comments from the administration. Mayor?
Thank you, City Council. Thank you, Council President. I'll be brief tonight. U.S. Department of Transportation recently announced grant funding for the City of Westland. This includes cities in Western Wayne County, Wayne, Westland, Garden City, and Inkster. And this is part of the Safe Streets for All plan. We're going to be using that to improve pedestrian crossings and road corridors throughout the city. This is a project I'll be working on in 2024. There's a lot of need for improving our streets and especially our pedestrian crossings, so I'm looking forward to working on that. We just took down the Grindstone former Beaver Creek site on Wayne Road. It was a blighted property. Former administration had started this. I was excited to continue it and make sure that we get that down. We're going to be working with our city planner, director of economic development, and the property owner to hopefully find a new use for the site over there. And we'll continue to look at cleaning up vacant commercial properties throughout the city. Curbside compost pickup has been extended throughout almost to the end of the month, December 29th. So if you have bagged leaves or compost, you can get that on your curb. The city will continue to pick that up. I know our leaf pickup program, I talked a lot about that at the last council meeting. We got them to speed up their process there, and the contractors were a bit behind, obviously. A lot of people saw that. I've driven the whole city. It looks like all the leaves got picked up. There was a couple little spots that we're going to continue to check on, though. So it's been a great 2023. I've had a great time transitioning into becoming mayor, working with city staff, city council, city clerk's office. It's been a great experience so far. I'm looking forward to continuing as mayor in 2024, 2025. I hope you all have a great Christmas, happy holidays, be safe, Happy New Year, and I'll see you in 2024, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Anything from the city attorney today?
Nothing this evening.
Thank you. Council, we discussed about being short today and brief. Are there any council members who do have comment? Councilman Godbout.
Thanks. Just on behalf of the Westland Community Foundation, I want to thank the residents, the businesses, and the fire department for all the toy and monetary donations that went to the Salvation Army. Because of your generosity, 750 kids will have a great Christmas this year. So, as I mentioned when we were trying to promote the event, there was a great need, and you can tell by 750 kids that will be impacted by your generosity. So, thank you, and I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll see you next year.
Very good. Any other council members with comment? Okay. Councilman McDermott.
I just want to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to all who celebrate, but also to those who celebrate the Seinfeld holiday of Festivus, the tradition that Council President Hart, Councilman Kerr, and myself all enjoy. Happy Festivus, and I hope you enjoy your airing of the grievances. Thank you.
To the best of us.
Are there any other council comments? All right, I have one. This will be my last meeting as council president. My term ends at the end of this year. I have chosen not to seek council leadership in the following year, and I've made it my pledge to go ahead and ensure that we transition efficiently and effectively with the next council leadership. So thank you to the council for all of your support over the past 4 years. Thank you to the residents. Thank you, everyone. Merry Christmas. Happy holiday. We'll see you next year.
Thank you.